gentlemen.
Hey.
What are your thoughts about the recent sell-off in the crypto market?
Brutal. Expected. No, I wasn't hoping for it, but yeah, it's expected. I think if anyone's been through a cycle of crypto, I guess between halvenings, particularly with reference to Bitcoin, that's kind of the sort of reference point most people use. But yeah, I think it's expected. You can expect this volatility in nascent technologies and in developing markets like the crypto markets. Not to say that Nick and I were happy about it, but I mean the gold and silver did pretty well in your portfolio, right?
Yeah, they started to bounce as cryptos took a nosedive. Precious metals started their rally. It looked like they just are getting started, especially silver. It's looking very, very bullish at this moment. So yeah, it's a good reason to have a diversified portfolio.
Yeah, I think that's the key word there, right? Is diversification.
Yeah.
And over the years, that's been the kind of the free lunch, as they say, where diversify your portfolio. Have exposure to different asset classes, and particularly in these kinds of times, if you balance your portfolio out based on your risk profile with stores of value and tested and proven stores of value like precious metals, particularly gold and silver, then you are mitigating the potential drawdown of your portfolio as a whole. When you do have pullbacks, particularly if you're obviously invested in crypto as well, to have that diversification in your portfolio, which protects you. And I think a lot of people don't see the value of an asset now, and particularly people in the crypto world or maybe investing in crypto assets, maybe even the younger generations, to have an asset that only does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. It seems boring, compared to your, they're talking X's of 2, 3, 4, 5x and 10x in crypto assets. Now, the risk that comes with that has been clearly portrayed. In the last week, you can see now exactly why you need to diversify, and precious metals really does give you that and give you that safety and stability as a store of value and a great diversification asset.
And so there are other stable coins out there. So could you tell me a bit about that and why that would differ to, say, AurusGOLD?
Well, yeah, you can do a USD dollar-pegged stablecoin, but then you're still exposed to inflation. And I think this year inflation will just kick off, and then you can say, okay, I have interest rate on my stablecoin, but I think in overall you will lose value due to inflation. So then it's better to have a stablecoin pegged to precious metals. So I like to put some of my altcoin gains into precious metals, and now you can do that on the blockchain. So I don't need to leave the blockchain. So I just stay.
Or the crypto world for that matter, right?
Yeah.
So you're actually going to be staying in crypto from crypto to crypto, rather than having to convert to fiat and then into another asset class.
Yeah. So I can switch my altcoin gains into precious metals, and I can switch them back into new altcoins. So yeah, I think it's safer bet than putting all your altcoin gains into USD dollar-pegged stablecoins.
Yeah, I can agree with that, and I think there's a bit of a misnomer in the word stablecoin, because yes, they're stable, but your return or store of value is not actually stable, because for instance, the US dollar, which a lot of these stable coins, whether USDC, USDT, BUSD, are all pegged to. And even if it is one-to-one backed, and even if what they're saying is true, that there is a dollar of fiat behind every Tether or BUSD or USDC, I don't actually care if there is one behind there, because that dollar is still devaluing by probably 15 to 20% a year based on the amount of money printing. And every time you hear trillions, you should be buying another store of value, you know, and not holding your money in these kinds of stable coins long term. Yes, they're generally used between assets and moving from one asset to another, and that's kind of the bridge that they provide, you know, in terms of moving from pair to pair. But to hold on them long term, there is still that inflation risk, and you know, as Nick says, you know, that devaluation of the currency and eroding your value.
You're both crypto traders. Do you think this terminology of stablecoin will change over the years to come, with, you know, traders losing faith in fiat? And Tether right now is still the biggest stablecoin by a long shot. Compare that to precious metal-backed stablecoins such as Aurus.
Yeah, I think when inflation becomes really, really clear, people will go away from US dollar-backed stablecoins. Stablecoins will be needed, but pegged to what is the question? I don't think we need stablecoins pegged to fiat, because fiat is the whole reason why we created crypto. So I'm moving into crypto to get out of fiat. So if I'm in USDT or USDC, I'm still basically in fiat. So I think this is just a transitioning phase into more stable assets, or real world stable coins that are connected.
Yeah, I agree on that, and yeah, I think there's good potential to have hybrid, you know, stable coins based on, you know, a mix of precious metals, real world assets with real value, and I think we will start to see that shift when, don't call it schemes, but, you know, these fiat-backed kind of companies providing these stable coins are either found out or found wanting, or you know, the real effects of inflation are to be seen in the near future. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your insight, guys.
Thank you.